Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
On tech. I created this particular customer rating. What is precision and what is scale? It is a decimal, right? Whatever here it should be 1. And then is that what it is? Scale would define the decimal points. You have written the allow initial values for upgrade. You are already defined. Have you defined it in your custom field or it was already present? No, I defined this one. Scale is in decimal point. What should be the decimals means? Till what point the decimal points are available, which ones are tells? And what is precision then? Can you click on this control? Click on fashion. Control, click on the name precision. I need to check that. It's not in my tips. I need to check this. When I do control click, nothing happens. Let me take a note of it. I'll get back to you on this one. Scale means the decimal. How many decimal digits you want to have? I looked at some person or somewhere and I tried to figure out, but I was not sure. Maybe the floor is the total. I was not sure exactly what it is. This is actually, you have given description 0 to 099 like this. You have given the description. Description, when you keep it as a string, means something which you are one-liner thing which will tell what this customer rating underscores X story. No, this will be, it will be in not in quotes but without quotes. You need to specify that. What is this field? Range you have defined. That's good, but what this field is for, that is customer rating, right? You can define the customer rating in one-liner. I created whatever was, I guess, and all those things. I'm done with whatever they asked me to. I mean, these are the ones they gave me. I've shared it with you. I don't know why I haven't reached you. I mean, as I said, these days they are not. Let me do it right away. They will send it on this column. You can see this is the PCF file which we are referring to. Write a contact summary page. And we have this list view in this particular summary page as flag entry. You can see the heading of this list view as flag entries. And its name also this flag entries. On what is the root object of this list view? You can see the root object is AB contact. I will go to the required variables and see the root object is AB contact. and what this list view is showing from the database side. Let me go to the entity of a B contact and I'll see the relationships between a B contact and the flag entries. You can see that it's an array key relationship. One AB contact, one contact can have multiple flag entries. All those multiple flag entries, suppose if you want to show history entries, or if you want to show the legal cases. Let's take an example of history entries. Only if you want to show a history entry, then we can create a new list view. How do we do that? Let me go to the PCF file where there is a list view for flag entry. On the same location, I will create a PCF for history entry. I'll create a new package history. And I'll create a new PCF file. And that PCF file would be a list view. History entry. And that's called Ext. Because this is a new one, I'll mention it as co-ext. Now my first step is once. I need to provide the required variables here, right here also. My root object is AB contact. I'll mention an AB contact. This one. Now I need to specify. The required variable is specified. I need to specify the row iterator. Because I have the values of the list view right, I can have multiple values inside this history entry array key. There should be, as suppose in Java, class is right. When we are going to iterate through multiple entries, right, we write a for loop. Correct, and we can write a while loop that it can iterate through each of the entries one by one. Similarly, here also in the PCF to iterate within the multiple objects, right? One by one, we have to define the row iterators. I will define the row iterator. And on what it has to iterate, right? I need to define something, right? Like in for loop, we have to tell that on which array the for loop has been created. Similarly, here also we have to define which array this row iterator has to iterate. We'll define history entry. We have defined the array name. Then name of the element means for. In the case of for loop, we define I for I equal to 0. I is less than 1, right? We initialize that I, we have to define it here with some relevant name. We can define history entry. This is the name of the object of the row for each row. The editable, we can make it false for now. Now after row iterator means it will have the combination of multiple rows, right? Which. The list view will iterate one by one to show the value. Now we have to place the row inside the row iterator. And we have placed the row right. Inside the row, we have to define multiple columns also, right? Those columns would be cells. Like text cell, let's say text cell. Text. Cell is nothing, but we have in the atomic widget session, We have talked about what is the cell. Cell is the smallest unit of the PCF file, right? What are the three smallest units of PCF file? Atomic widget, which contains buttons, inputs and cell. Cell is a third one. Here we have to define multiple cells, right? In side by side. These cells are nothing but the columns only. And we have to define the column names. Editable is false label. Suppose, say first we'll define the value. Value is we have to define with the history entry object name dot. Let's say public ID. First, in the first column, you want to show public ID and we have to label it. Now second one, I'll define something as entry.displayName and label should be display name. Third one is update time. Update time is a date format. I have to pick the date cell here. Value will be history entry dot. Now we have defined it. I'll do Ctrl S. I got two errors. I think I have defined the ID. Meanwhile, you can check your email also to see whether you receive or not. I will define the update time. My list is ready and this is an uneditable list. Suppose I want to refer this list to this particular page, right? What I will do is you tell me what I need to do for this. I need to create the reference for the place view. Which reference I need to pick for this? Panel. Yes, I will take panel. And same structure and the definition I have to give. What is the history entry? And the story is still here. We'll give AB. A contact. Controls. That's it now. My list view is also referred to this particular page. I can see this list view here, right? What I need to do is I need to undo all Shift L. This one. I'll do all. Now I need to do the same thing. The PCF files are loaded. You can see that this was the list view. It came with the public ID, display name and update time. But that's how I can, as it is non-editable, right? If I click on edit button also, this will be non-editable only. To make it editable, as I have already added buttons right in the page level, I don't need to add the added buttons explicitly. What I need to do is I just do list view. I just need to make that editable. The properties. Editable as true. To make everything that for the iterator also, I need to make editable as true. Then only I need to make each cell as true. I'll just do or it should. I got some errors. Update timer is not writable. Update timer is actually read only feed. I don't need to make it a true. I'll do it. I'll make it false. Actually, this is something which is automatically created, right? This is a history. This is history. And history update time is something which is automatically needs to be calculated, right? And that's read only in the out of the box application. That's why. Display name is also not. I think these fields, this is something which is automatically created. This history object is something which is automatically created. I'll pick something. Some fields which are not created, which are custom fields. To make it editable, let me check if there are custom fields or not. I'll do one thing. I'll open this history entry. And I will open this .etx file and I'll create new fields. I have this field description. Let me add description somewhere and I have .etx. Let me check. I have it. etx is not there. Only eti is there and there is only one field present. Which is not right. Which is writable. We will do one thing and go to the history and TLB. I'll change this description. Description. Description is editable. Display name is editable is false. Update time is also editable false. You can see the PCF file is loaded. If I click on the edit, I can edit the display field. That's it for this list, how we can create list view and how to create the editable list view. I have told them to share it with you. They will share it with you before this class ends, most probably. We have a lab session for list views, detail views, the modes which we have discussed in previous sessions. You can practice all those. And also you can also play around by creating your own PCF file as we have done it without any lab session. We have played around with the application here by creating our custom fields, all those stuff. You can do all these things by your own as well. It will help you to learn this application earlier. Apart from right now, we are done with the PCF files. The next thing is yes. Before going to that, I would share some of the questions and I want you to those questions from list view, detail view. You have panel here, right? You have to just drag and drop the toolbar. You drag then drop the toolbar. Then you can see. You will go to the application. You get that? And if you want to do something which is very unique as for the requirement, you can. I'll tell you the approach how to do that. You just go to the checks in some different screen. Some different screen is also behaving in the same manner or not. If it is behaving in the same manner, then you can take a reference from that screen. That also you can do. You can see here, you got these buttons right. Did you add that? Can you go back and show me where did you add them? I added the toolbar here. I just drag and delete it here from just to show you. Just adding, the toolbar will be at the beginning. Yes. Just adding the toolbar. We don't need to add anything else apart from this. It will automatically add. That's pretty much on this list view, and if you have any question, let me know. I have shared these details with you. Before going to that, I want to have the doubts. If you have any other doubts, right? Because before jumping to the next topic would be a little bit bigger. That's why I don't want to jump to the next topic again. This is the next topic. PCF is completed and we will be talking about the GWCC configuration. Let me tell you what are the things which are pending. Introduction to GWCC. Classes. You said that you will be sharing the resume to me. I'll be sharing what? Your resume, your profile to me. I'll do it tomorrow. Koskas. What about the integrations? We are talking about the configuration here, right now. I will be talking about the business rules. We'll be talking about enhancements. Dependent drop dots. And partial page update. These are the topics which are left for configuration. And probably these will be finished. These 3 topics will be finished tomorrow, and in the rest 2 days we can finish all these topics. I'll suggest you to complete the lab sessions. We'll be here till now before starting with this. Then after that we have topic of integration next week. We will be having intro. Then we'll go ahead with the message. Do we create an API from Guidewire? Say, I have an external application, in-house application, that's looking for some information from Guidewire. Can we create an endpoint in the Guidewire that can be consumed with external application? Yes, we can create. It will be covered in the published session. Published and consuming. Web service publishing and consuming. It will also take 2 to 3 sessions. And next is predefined plugins. It will take 1 session. Batch processes. One to 2 sessions maximum. 1 session. If we are not able to cover it, then 2 sessions. And before that, I would also have a doubt session here before finishing the configuration. Before starting the integration. And here also one doubt session. And this doubt session we can have on weekend also. But the thing is just, can you ask them to give me that training lab sessions? Let me check with them again. I need to follow with them again in just a second. Before starting this GWCC, I just want to finish up the I have. Entities. Those are the only lab sessions for entities. Yes, those are the only lab sessions. 3 for lab sessions which I've shared, right? And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.